Okay, I'm Flan. I translated Thank You, My Twilight by The Pillows and then covered it. I've been asked a couple times to do a tutorial for the song, so I wanted to go ahead and do that. For my rig, I actually plug directly into my computer typically. So this is sort of like a makeshift rig. It won't sound exactly the same, but I do have the same pedals. I'm using an amp, which is the Boss Katana. For the pedals, I'm using a Galvinium, which is a Red Witch distortion. It sounds like this. That's like my clean tone. You get like that little bit of breakup. That's what you want to go for the clean tone. The Pillows don't play totally clean. They like it a little crunchy because they use vintage amps. And they like that too, breakup. And then they use an overdrive pedal, which I have here. It's a Hot Ice Sweet Distortion. And that's how you get that big, chunky. So that's the tone setup. And then I have a tuner. I'm playing a Fender Telecaster. This is a parts caster my brother made. It has a single coil neck pickup, which I use for my clean tones and the solo tone. And then it's got a humbucker bridge pickup, which I use for the rhythm part. So as far as how it's played, it's real simple. You're gonna do like your full chord, bar chord shape. It needs to be the full bar chord in order to get that major to minor switch when you go up to the 4. So we're gonna start on F, so first fret. And then you're gonna go up to the 5th fret. Major chord again, don't change it. Then you're gonna take your middle finger off. So it's F, A sharp or B flat, A sharp or B flat minor. And that's gonna be your main riff. That's the that's like the chorus riff. Then we're gonna switch to our clean setting. I'm gonna show you both verses part, but the second guitar doesn't come in until the second verse, okay? So for the first verse, you've got a clean guitar going, and you're making sort of a D shape. So like if you think of like your cowboy chords, like your D shape, that little triangle that goes on 2, 3, 2, G, B, and E string, but you're gonna do that on the 5th fret. Then you're gonna move it. The notes change to where your middle and top note switch. So it makes this sort of like, I think of like a Tetris block shape, but it's essentially 6, 5, 5. So it's, then you're sliding that shape up 1 fret, and then you're dropping the top note to just bar all 3 of them. So it looks like 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 5, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And that's kind of played like, at least that's how the swing that I put on it in my cover. For the other part, I switched to my bridge pickup to get a bit more of a tone. 1st fret and open string. So you're kind of doing like these double stop notes. So it's just the top, the E string and the A string. 1st fret open. Then you go up to the 5th fret and you're gonna kind of imitate that same shape up there. So it's these 2 notes. So it's 5 and 4 on the E and A string. And you're gonna do it again, but to simulate the minor, you're dropping it. So you're gonna be following essentially the same progression as the chorus, just that. Then we're going to the pre-chorus, which is G minor. Then it's like a cowboy chord C. Then it's an A sharp to an F. And I use power chords for those. Just to give it kind of like a right? So that looks like G minor. Takes away my breath, but not as much as she does. Yeah. Then you're at the end of that, it's E to a D. And then it goes immediately into like the pre-chorus, the pre-chorus, right? Not the end of the verse. There's a lot of these sections that the Pillows use. It's a very complex form for a song, which I like. I think it's kind of keeps it interesting. So for this, I have both guitars hard panned on left and right. So I like to follow the rhythm instead of the lead for this part because I think it makes you understand the part better. It's D, A sharp, F, E. And for that E chord, I keep my pinky as if I'm still playing the F. So it's like 0, 3. And it gets that dissonance. I like it. But the second time you go through it, it changes a little bit. So let's play it. And you're gonna go up to, is that C? And that stays for the rhythm guitar. You're gonna play. And then I move the bass note up 1 fret to give it that dissonant again. So that's the as long as it ends. But you could, so then the lead guitar will do the same thing. It goes. But instead of going up to the C, it hits an E octave. So what that looks like is it's going to be on the A string, the 7th fret, and then on the G string, the 9th fret. So it's playing up 1 fret, up 2 frets, and then I also do as like the rhythm guitar, up the bass note 1 note. So it ends up being 11 and 12 to create that dissonance again. And then we're back to the but that's essentially it. It's not a difficult song, and that's basically it. So hope you enjoyed. Oh, stream the song. That'd be cool. Thanks.